When a narcissist loses you, it may appear that they've moved on effortlessly, but the reality is far more complex. On the surface, they seem cold, detached, and indifferent, as if your absence barely registers. But behind that mask of indifference lies a turbulent mix of shame, insecurity, and emotional dependency that they work tirelessly to conceal. A narcissist doesn't care about losing you in the way a healthy person would. Their version of caring is rooted in self-interest, not love. They don't miss you because of who you are, but because of what you provided: your attention, admiration, empathy, and emotional energy. You were never seen as an equal partner in their mind, but as a source of fuel, someone who reflected their greatness back to them, validated their worth, and stabilized their fragile ego. When that supply is gone, it shakes their carefully constructed world. Your absence exposes the emptiness they've spent their whole lives trying to escape. It reminds them that without someone to feed their illusion of superiority, they are left with nothing but the void of their own self-loathing. This is why narcissists often circle back, the infamous hoovering. They may reach out after weeks, months, or even years, attempting to draw you back in. Not because they love or miss you in a genuine way, but because they miss the control, the validation, and the emotional reactions you used to give them. You were their mirror, and without you, that reflection goes dark. They often replace you quickly, but these new relationships rarely bring the same satisfaction. What they truly crave isn't just a new partner. It's the emotional depth and authenticity that only someone like you, an empath or emotionally aware person, could provide. They may attempt to recreate that connection with others, but it never quite works. The new supply might offer attention, but not the unique emotional resonance you once gave. In time, even as they move on, you remain the benchmark, the one who made them feel most powerful, most alive, and most in control. But your awakening changes everything. Once you recognize the manipulation and cut off your emotional responses, whether through gray rocking, no contact, or silence, you effectively shut down their fuel source. This loss hits them harder than they will ever admit. They may lash out, stalk your social media, or even show up in person, desperate to reassert control. Yet the more you remain calm, detached, and unreachable, the more powerless they feel. Underneath their arrogance lies dependency, not on love, but on the energy you gave them. Without that, they are left hollow, searching endlessly for substitutes that will never measure up. Even as they move through new partners, you linger in their memory, not because they value you, but because you represent the emotional high they can't replicate. So yes, narcissists do care that you're no longer in their lives. But their care is not love, it's addiction. They care because they've lost their favorite source of emotional nourishment. They care because their image has been threatened. They care because your departure reminds them of their emptiness. And deep down, beneath all their pride and denial, they know they will never find another you. Their punishment is not your revenge, it's their own emptiness. The echo of the silence you've left behind becomes louder than your presence ever was.